Coming up next, we all talk about our favorite fragrances that we wear all the time. Sometimes we call something a dumb reach, where we just, you just grab it when you're not even thinking. Well, I'm gonna go over 3 fragrances, since this is the start of the year, that I don't wear that much in my collection. And probably these are my 3 least worn fragrances, but I love them and I like them. And I don't know why, so I'm making a New Year's resolution to start wearing these fragrances more. Find out which ones they are coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose. And again, hope everybody's having a great 2023 so far. Today's video is really about kind of a little bit of a different type video from what I normally do. Is normally talking about, of course, fragrances that I wear, that I love. These are 3 fragrances in my collection that, looking at everything, are my least worn. They're the ones that, for whatever reason, when I'm deciding what to wear in the morning, I'm going over here from my, shelf of fragrance, deciding somehow these 3 just don't ever really make it to that kind of, I'm gonna wear this today, I'm gonna wear this, I'm craving this. And I think it's because they're very specific fragrances. And they are really for specific occasions. And in my mindset, at least, that's how I think. And I think we all do this, right? We have certain fragrances that we pigeonhole. And we're like, no, this is for, I don't know, going to a club, or this is, going to, work, or maybe a special event. And so you save it or you think about it, and I think that's a mistake. So I, as part of 2023, as far as a New Year's resolution for perfume and fragrance category of my life, I'm gonna wear these fragrances more because I genuinely like them. I just, they are specific, and I keep them in a box. You know how they say nobody puts baby in a corner, the famous line from Dirty Dancing? I've put these fragrances in a corner, and it's time for them to break out. So what are they? First, in no particular order, this is Divine Enfant. Divine Enfant from, of course, you can tell from the classic bottle, État Libre d'Orange. And this is a fragrance that it is truly unique. And again, I think because all these are unique in their own way, if I'm not in that particular mood, I don't grab it. And that is my mistake, because I'm missing out on a truly wonderfully blended, well-made fragrance. And for those of you who have never heard of it, just listen to the notes in this. It's got marshmallow, tobacco, coffee, leather, musk, tonka bean, amber, rose, and it's that marshmallow accord that sits at the top that I think sometimes throws me off, because it's so different. It's so different from really anything in my collection. I can't think of another fragrance that has that marshmallow accord. And when you combine it with the tobacco, it's truly, truly a splendid, unique, just out there fragrance. And État Libre d'Orange, for those of you who don't know this French house, they're out there. They've created Secretions Magnifiques, which is, look it up. It smells like blood, sweat, and some other human fluids. They're out there. And that's what I love about this house. Besides the fact that they're one of the more affordable houses, you can buy these 50 or 30 ml bottles, which can make it very accessible as far as price points. But this is a fragrance, again, that I seem to just pass over. So this is one, boom, New Year's resolution, Divine Enfant, going back into my main mix. Let's go to the next fragrance. This is, beautiful bottle, you can recognize it, a lot of you. This is Italica from Casa Moratti. Casa Moratti is like a sister company to Serjoff, owned by Serjoff. So the fragrances are high quality, long lasting, projecting, well-performing fragrances. This one is a Gourmand. If you like Gourmand fragrances, and I will admit, for those of you watching my channel, Gourmand fragrances have traditionally not been my favorite category. Sometimes I just find them a little bit too cloying, too sweet for my personal taste. But in the last year, I've started to open my mind and get more and more into them. So this is a perfect fragrance that has sat on my shelf. And the only time I pull it out really is if, like, you know, I think that there's maybe a woman that would like to smell it, or I'm trying to do just, you know, something completely out of the ordinary, but I have to be very conscious of that. So this is one, and for those of you who don't know the notes, let me just read them to you. I have them here. It's saffron, milk, bergamot, mandarin, green apple, white musk, sandalwood, incense, amber. All notes I love. I think, again, kind of like the marshmallow note in Divine and Font that throws me for a little bit of loop, it's the milk note here. And that milk accord over the last year and a half was a very popular trend in perfume making. A lot of fragrances came out with it. So this is a very bright, almost kind of sharp, shrill fragrance. It almost, I'm trying to think, it's like the perfume equivalent of somebody scratching their nails across a chalkboard. And I don't mean that in a negative way, I just mean that sharp, shrill sound almost. That's how I kind of feel when I wear this. And as it dries down, it's just one of the most wonderful dry downs. So for me, again, this is a fragrance that I got to get out of the mindset, 2023, of wearing it just in specific occasions where I think maybe there's a woman that might like this or something else. And I got to put this on because Gourmand is one of those classifications that I am getting more and more into, and I have to continue to open my mind, and this is a wonderful Gourmand. Last, and certainly not least, this is, I've talked about this one you know, many times over the years since I first bought it. This is Archetypo from the Italian house Minna-Rossa. Archetypo is created by the perfumer Luca Amaffi, who's I love. He's one of those perfumers that really takes a chance. He really pushes the boundaries of perfume making. So that's what attracted to me this fragrance when I bought it. I've had it probably 3 years, and you can see, look, in 3 years, that's how much I've used it. It's not a lot. And I have to admit, it's a fragrance that just, you know, I have to be in the right mood. I have to be in the right mood. And it's getting cold tonight here in Miami. It's actually going to be in the 40s, which for us is cold. And this is a perfect fragrance for this. This is a fragrance I think that is best suited for cold weather. It is very intense. It's very smoky. This smells like pure campfire smoke. In fact, if you look at the note breakdown, they only list, as far as the heart notes, one note, and it's a smoke accord. And it is, I mean, this is a huge smoke accord and also vetiver. So one of the reasons why I bought this is because I was on about 3 years ago a huge vetiver kick. And I love vetiver. It's still one of my favorite fragrance notes. So this is a vetiver-based fragrance that has smoke all over the top of it. I mean, there's obviously other notes. There's patchouli, there's cashmere, there's balsam fir, pink pepper, incense. Those are all notes I really like, but the smoke is really, really, really prominent, okay? So I tend to only pull this out for the cold weather. As I just said earlier, it's getting cold, so I'm gonna wear this today. I'm gonna wear it tonight. I need to wear it more often, and I'll leave you with one example of how this worked. A couple years ago when I first, wow, what was I doing? When I was first meeting Erica, who you guys know, Oda Erica, who's, you know, a good friend of mine here in Miami and fellow content creator and fragrance reviewer. When she was doing other things a couple years ago, but we got introduced through Jeremy Fragrance, and we're all, you know, we'd all been friends. And so we were filming a video on South Beach, and we were meeting actually to go rollerblading. We both like to rollerblade. And I was wearing this. I don't know why that day, maybe for a video or something, because I don't usually wear this when I'm going to the beach. You think about that. Warm, smoky fragrance. I wore this, and when she came up on her rollerblades, like, she could smell me from, like, 5 feet away. This thing is like, creates a huge sillage or cloud around you, and smoke cloud. She loved it. She was like complimenting me to no end on this. So this is a fragrance that I bought it because I knew I liked it. I knew it was different. I knew it was a challenge, but it works well on my skin, and it got a great compliment. So 2023, Archetypo, I'm going to use more of you. You're going to get more use this year, and I'm going to use you outside of just cold occasions. So that's a video. I hope you guys can get a little inspiration from this. Pick up some of those perfumes that have been sitting there for a while. A lot of you guys have big collections. A lot of you have much bigger collections than me. Even if you have 10, 5, there's probably 1 or 2 in there that you don't use that much. Give it a try again. Make 2023 the year that you start to really fully use your collection, because if you bought it at one point, there was a reason why you liked it. I'll be back soon with another video, guys. Hope you're having a good one. Peace, love, and perfume.